Good morning. It's Wednesday, and this is coming off today. Yay! I look forward to that in quite some time now. It's going to feel like riding a bicycle without training wheels, they say. But I'm fine with that. It's progress. It it hurts when I kind of bump into things, but other than that, it's just manageable. Um, it doesn't hurt that much any longer, even if it still hurts. um, I can't explain it. It hurts, but it doesn't hurt. But yeah. um, I just saw a TikTok that I just cannot get out of my head, so I need to speak about it so it disappears. You know, there is like a couple therapy counseling thing that is a new series. I haven't seen it. I really want to see it because it would be fun to see everything from their first session to their last. And I think they have done like one season, and they are on the second one now. And it's so interesting because I just feel like for many years it has been kind of a war between married women online general, not between like women to women, you know what I mean, like in general, collectively. It's been like a war that there is some kind of a status that you are married and that you are above single women, while single women have tried to kind of take back their power and choose themselves, and like is become like a whole thing. And when single women, married women can feel extremely triggered when single women kind of speak about their single era, or they are just bossing things up and they are thriving and they are like really good at their job and they don't have to take care of a man, like the spiel. And single women can be so triggered about married women just doing everything for their man because it's kind of a status thing. And this has been going on for quite some time. It's been extremely interesting for me. I'm obviously single, but I've also been extremely like open with that. I actually do want someone, and I do want to get married, and I do at least. I'm kind of old for it, but at least try to have a child. Um, it's not too late, they say, but it's starting to get there. So I'm more concerned, like who I'm letting into my life now. Um, I might not look like I'm soon 42, but that doesn't mean that I'm not. Um, moving on. So there's been this kind of bickering batter thing going on, mostly on social media, but social media is a big part of um, many people's lives. And oh my God, it has been really fun to watch, like behind the scenes, because um, what kind of researchers has told us, what statistics has told us, it is that single women and married men are the most happiest, whilst married women is kind of miserable. And that is like the statistic and the facts and what everybody that has studied this kind of has pushed out there. And that marriage often ends because the woman needs to do everything, or that she has told him that he needs to change, or he needs to help out, or he needs to, while he just doesn't listen and think that she will always stay because of X, Y, and Z. And this has been throwing out there for years now on social media, and I've been watching, I've been like, okay, fine. You can kind of sense that things aren't quite good in extreme amount of relationship. That people are with someone because of all the wrong reasons, like they don't want to be alone, or they just ended up with someone, or they picked the wrong person, but now it's kind of comfortable. And someone says that the intimate part is the most, like they need it so often, and they end up with a partner that like can't get it up. I've heard that so many times, and that is really interesting for me, that you are willing to kind of lose that part of yourself where you are so clear that this is something I really, really need, and you find someone that wants to be with you and they can't give it to you. Um, and they stay, and I don't know what you do if you kind of feel defeated with that. Okay, if I want someone, then I have to give up this part of me. I don't know how it works, but I've heard that from so many women actually the last couple of years. Um, and I can only speak for like being single, obviously. So I have absolutely no idea. Um, but from what I've heard from my married friends, it is often that they actually do everything. They pretty much control everything. But this woman has also been extremely controlling. So I don't know if that is, you know, if it is her that has made sure that she is in control of everything, or that, and then it kind of blames him for not doing anything, or it actually is like that. I really don't know. What I saw, what kind of TikTok I saw this morning was a man that said that I'm very easy to kind of deal with. I'm very clear and I'm very communicative. And his wife said, yeah, according to you, or something like that. And the therapist said, well, then tell us, what is it that you want? He leans forward and he said, I want zero accountability. I want all the sex I want, like how I want it, when I want it. And I want, what was the third thing? And I want to have to not work for it. He is not wrong. He is extremely clear and easy to live, to be, to deal with when it comes to his terms. They have been married for 23 years. And after 23 years, this woman feels like, yeah, let's try to fix this and go to therapy. Wow. I'm just like, okay. He's pretty clear with exactly what he wants. Why does she think after 23 years that she can change that? Um, I don't know. I was, uh, my God, in the comments section, they were kind of, okay, she deserves a medal. Patience, I don't know, patience. I don't know what that is. Is it codependency? Is it kind of good in some other way? But that is such a huge thing. I want zero accountability. I want to have all the sex I want, when I want it, how I want it, and I don't want to work for it. Yeah. I think that married women in general, as a collective, kind of have to accept that single women isn't all wrong when they say that um, they are kind of happy that they don't have someone else to take care of. Um, and I'm not saying this is all married women. There is some lovely marriages out there, obviously. But it the thing is, this is this is just the truth of it. Um, and the married women actually do pretty much everything. If you're not ending up in a marriage or a partnership where the man does everything, because I heard that too. She has all the problems. She, I don't know. She either partner takes care of someone, because that I thought was kind of interesting too. Because another couple, the man is extremely clear him too. He is just normal when he says that he feels rejected over and over again, and she doesn't want to touch him, and he feels like he is just a pervert or something because he wants to kind of initiate, and he wants to, and he tries to ask her, what is it that you want? And she just doesn't answer. She doesn't answer in session either. It's not like the other women that is just yapping uh, constantly. She's just silent. And that those two couple, I really would like to kind of see what they go through, if they get a breakthrough or not, because he's pretty clear. So why is she shutting him down? Um, that's sad too. I don't think that in general it's all men. In general, it's very stereotypical, like the woman is crazy or he is just shut down. I think this kind of shows that that is not always the case. Um, and you have to take every individual and every couple for what they are. There is actually men out there that do a lot of the hard work or contribute or try their best or are emotional but being shut down or um, whatever it is. And um, it's just that in general, like public thing, is often the other way around. So they don't get seen. Um, I thought this was really interesting to watch this morning. And just for me, about marriage and status, um, for me, a status thing would probably be to be in a good relationship. If I would have any kind of like status thing on it, um, I can admire like two people that really work good together, that communicate, respect each other, love each other, and it, you just have a good vibe around them. There is no, they can feel free to be annoyed, they can feel free to like be themselves. Um, and it's fine for the other person. Um, but they can talk about it later, or they just, for me, that is like something to look up to. Not the marriage in itself, not the word or that you are. It is who you're with. Because I've heard so many, like, they just cling on. They cling on to the money, they cling on to, oh my god, it would be so difficult, it would be such hard work to leave this lovely house and then sit in an apartment again. It would feel like a defeat, or um, they have become so comfortable with like the status of being married, even if the marriage in itself hasn't been good for like 10 years. They have just stayed, like this woman, for 23 years. Oh my god, that's just a long time to stay with someone who is so clear with what he wants. I don't know if he's changing his mind during this therapy session series, or if she just, okay, fine, I do what you say, or meet in the middle is, I don't know if he can. That is just wild. What I why I'm interested in this is because Saturn is doing what Saturn is doing in my seventh house, and he is there for like 3 more weeks or something. And I need to understand what love is, genuine love. That is what he wants, and it's not easy. And obviously, I'm in my head about it, and like the general what everybody else does. I know that Capricorns often marry for financial financial security. That never, like when I speak to Capricorn, I used to be have a lot of Capricorn friends in the past. I don't deal that much with Capricorn today, uh, because I find them extremely materialistic. But in the past, when they got married, it was always like a business transaction. Um, it provided money into their lives. Um, so that one I know, which is pretty much ask any Capricorn, and they will be kind of honest with it. To be, they see it as a business transaction, and I think that's fine. It's just that I just can't with that, and I just can't not having the intimacy that I want either. Like with, and these were Taurus women that told said to me, and like many Taurus women, so it's not just one or two, that said that intimacy part of a relationship is extremely important to them. And then they end up with, or choosing a man, or like chasing a man, or trying to really work hard on a specific relationship where the man just can't give it to them in the way they want or need, or the amount or whatever. And I've been listening to all these stories and just wonder where the love is. Where is like the genuine care? Where is, like, what is love? Is everybody just married because it's convenient? Which I can see. Is it just for the money and the house and the like stable thing that it provides? Are you having fun? Is it, do you wake up and feel not necessarily happy, because happiness is not for everybody, and I know that, but do you feel anything like, I'm so happy that this person is in my life? Or is it just like constant work? And are you always frustrated? Or are you, I don't know, it's so much going on in my head now in Saturn. And it's like he's going into my eighth house. So it's going to get deeper, and is so much of like thoughts, and I don't know, I'm just in my head about it. But relationships and what I want, what I need, and kind of match it up with someone that not necessarily is like me, because that I've learned also, that opposite can attract, because there is someone is more extroverted, the other one is introverted, so it kind of balance itself out quite well. um but why does things work? And I don't know, he is, but Saturn, I learned that yesterday. Saturn wants me to pick people that meet me halfway. And I think that was a pretty good explanation to how I am supposed to show up. And like, I'm supposed to stand at that bridge, but the other person is supposed to come and stand at that bridge too, if you come from two different directions. And I think that that is what I have missed in listening to all of these, everybody's story, everybody's marriage and relationship, and everybody's why they choose the way that they choose, or how they kind of show up. And that I think is my thing. Like, I want to see that the couple that has been married for 23 years, and he is extremely clear, and she is, I haven't heard her say anything yet, but are they going to meet in the middle, or is it is it like doomed? And also, is she going to stay after this therapy session? And that is pretty, liksom, it's just clear. He wants what he wants. Is she going to stay? Because that would be extremely interesting for me to know. She's just going to be married 20 more years to this man. Because what? Why do you stay? What do you get from it? Is it, then is he rich? That is pretty much like what everybody goes towards, obviously. That he provides a lifestyle that she has come accustomed to, or that she feels is something that she is not willing to give up on. Or is it something else that she's waiting for the kids to grow up, or she doesn't want to have the kids every other week or something, because it just gets really interesting when it's so black and white. He is not like shutting down, he is not telling, he is not like avoiding his what he actually wants. He's extremely clear with what he wants. And the other couple, when he is just constantly rejected and he wants something that he can't have, that seems to be extremely important to him. He's probably a Taurus or something, has like Taurus placement, because they seem to end up in that kind of a relationship. Like, this is so important to me, and there is like zero intimacy. I just laugh every time I hear it. Like, okay. Well, they choose their partner. It's not like they need to stay. Um, Maybe they need to stay because it's easier to live today if you have two people that pay the rent, but then you have chosen that. Um, and like taking away another part of you that you used to think were extremely important. Maybe it's not. Maybe you kind of suppress it, and you have like a relationship where that is not ever going to happen again. Um, you know, I just think these discussions are so interesting, and also for all the single ladies that have kind of told every married woman that we know this. You do not have to pretend that you do not do all the work, or that you don't suppress what you want, what you feel, what you, then obviously you kind of want to do something, or want to do stuff for someone you love. But it has gone to like the extreme where the woman just stop being herself because she has to take care of a grown up person. And that, I think, is what single women has been screaming about for years. Um, they know, it's like, stop pretending. It's not easy. It's not um, sustainable either. So I don't know. I thought this was kind of an interesting morning when I saw that. Um, and I am in a period in my life when I actually think extremely deep about these things. And who will meet me halfway, I think, is the most important observation for me today, or this year. Like, am I supposed to do all the work? This is not going to be long lasting. Um, and I'm not going to do all the work either. I'm not going to. I go halfway, and if you don't meet me up there, our relationship, whatever it is not going to work. It's going to falter, and I'm going to move on from it. So that is what Saturn wants for me when it comes to relationship, and that is friendship, and that is people that I might want to be in a relationship with. So I'm learning, trying to not go like too in my mind about it, because it has to be some kind of movement in your life too, not just that you think about it or that you speak about it. It has to be like a flow. I think I'm done now. I actually found Ville's cutting machine for his coat, so I'm going to see if I can do that today. The like a difficult part is that it gets so much hair everywhere, so I don't know where to, if I will be outside or if I will kind of do it in the apartment. I think outside, but it has been raining, so it's kind of wet and stuff, so we'll see what I do. And I also have to take those pictures, so I didn't do it yesterday for some reason. We went on a walk, Villa and I usually either I park by the castle, or I park in the town center, and then I like to kind of walk around the castle because it's up and down. It's on a hill, so you get like good exercise. But we continued over to the other side of that hill, and then walked on the old train way, that is just a walking path today. So he was quite exhausted when we came back to the car, which was good. Um, we were up to, I think, 13 or 14,000 steps yesterday, which was a while ago since I have been like 8 to 10,000 steps. And now he is with me with every step, which feels good, I have to say. He gets the exercise he needs now, so he has calmed down quite a lot. Other than that, I don't know. It's going to the hospital with this, and then it feels so weird to not have a job to go back to or go to. Now it just starts to feel, I don't know, it is a mind shift in some way that when you don't have that, um, it becomes, it's not a void because I'm doing this. It starts to feel like a job. Like I need to get out whatever is in my head because it's just like looping in my head. Um, it's a fun job, though. Well, it would be a fun job. Um, yeah, I don't know. It looks like it's kind of so and so weather today, um, but it's warm. It has been some intense days. Um, they say that it's much funny, fun week, except for the weekend. It can happen something during Saturday or Sunday, just because Pluto is going retrograde. So that can become chaos if we want to, or if we are not lucky at all here. um, right now, it feels like, I don't know, it's a fun week. I don't know about that. I seem to get things done again. Um, but I think that is also because I'm starting to feel like this is okay. I can open doors with it. I can kind of use it without every movement is like a sharp knife through my bones. So I think that is why I'm starting to feel like I actually can do stuff again. Um, they say May is going to be a good month, so hopefully it is. Um, yeah, and I think it's Venus that is in Aries today, which means that we are more willing to take action with money and love. We are more willing to kind of fight for what we want. We are more willing to move forward, have a new beginning, have a new start. Like almost if we felt like during Venus in Pisces that something ended and we want to bring it back, now we are going to probably feel like it's a good time to do so. It's just that you have to change something. Something needs to change. And it's, I learned when Venus was in Pisces that I need to have relationship where people meet me halfway. That is not going to disappear just because people around me kind of feel like they fumbled me or they want to be back in my life or you know um so a new start, absolutely. But just beware that people do learn, even if a lot of us seem to want to hold on for dear life and not let go, not to change, not to evolve, not to do anything. It's just fine as it is for 23 years. Um, but also, now when Venus is in Aries, you can feel like a drive to kind of win someone back or do this again, or shall we make this work, or so. um it was just, if you haven't learned, then it will just circle back again. Venus has, um, is it 2 year? No, that's Mars, I think. I think Venus is like a yearly thing. Like if you haven't learned, she just comes back with the same lesson the next time. You just go through it. It's like a repeating pattern. Um, every time you are in Venus in Aries, you are going to feel like you want to fight for this relationship. You want to like bring it back. You want to, it's like a tension, and it's like all passion and stuff. And then you move on to Taurus, and and it's like the same thing over and over again. So don't do that. Learn and move on to the next lesson, because it's like playing the same game. For someone that has been tracking her life through astrology for some time, it's like playing a game where you don't move up. You know, you fight the bosses, you like go through all of the, but you never level up. And that is how like people go through life with all this astrology. You need to learn this, and people just don't. So they just circle back. Okay, again, Venus just, okay, now we're moving into Aries again. Have you learned, or are we going through the same bullshit as we did the last time I was doing this? Um, so yeah, I just think it's fun. I learned too. I'm not perfect. Um, it sounds so simple sometimes. I need to learn how to have relationship with people that meet me halfway. It sounds ridiculously easy. I just don't attract that kind of people that do meet me halfway. So it ends up with not having a relationship at all, because I'm not supposed to do all the work, which I have noticed that pretty much many women that are in a relationship or are married do all the work. So I'm pretty much screwed, is my conclusion here. um, yeah, I hope you have a good day. It is a good day. It is going to be more determination when it comes to love and money. So I hope you're well.